So, if you wonder what is async IO, think of a process in cascade versus a process which runs parallelly, like in this small scheme, where you can imagine, for instance, having some, let's say, code, and this code is responsible of running a a task or a system or subsystem in a robot. Let's say the robot has some grip one and grip two and whatever grip other functions, whatever the thing that should be, and it should run it simultaneously. And this is basically multi-threading, or this is where we talk about multi-threading, which is obviously something running multiple threads at the same time. And at this point, this multi-threading happens on the operational system level. Now, async is something which is more modular and simpler, lightweighter than multi-threading. It's simply, you can imagine having some any whatever function which is responsible to do whatever done as a result, or deliver some result like done, and you want to run many of these at the same time, or you could depend on some API call, and this API call lasts for whatever reason more than usual, and you want to be more efficient in your code, and you want to run other methods at the same time. So this is basically ideal for agentic frameworks or agentic setups where you need to make some LLM calls, API calls, and this is basically the idea. So you need async before beginning with dev, and in order to run the code or get the result, you need to type in a wait. So this is, of course, a manual way of handling multi-threading. So, as said, this is um, a method which is actually called coroutine, and or let's say function which is called coroutine. So these are functions that can be paused and resumed. And it doesn't mean, as said, that these coroutines are executed immediately. So let's go back to the example of having multi LLMs or multiple agents, where each LLM needs to depends on the API call. So um, it's basically the definition of what we call the coroutine object. So that's why also awaiting and await, if you ever translate it in a linguistic, from a linguistic perspective, await, you basically wait for the coroutine object to deliver the result, and which means that this is scheduled for execution within an event loop. And so while a coroutine is waiting, for example, input output, the event loop can run other coroutines. And we will again see this with this example. So let's say we have again our function, which is now an asynchronous function. And if we ever do this call, my coroutine equals to do some processing, this is not going to deliver any result. Instead, my coroutine is now a coroutine object. Instead, if we want to have some result, we need to type in await and then my coroutine. Now, let's suppose we have many of these coroutine, um, let's say, or multiple coroutines, and we want to get result from them. For this, we can use async io.gather, and you simply collect the coroutines that you need to execute or from which you await the results, and then you can get the results from this. To make this simpler and to give you the idea how this works, I have let's jump into some Python code, and you can really see with a very, very simple example how this actually works. So this is our code example, and let's say for this we got to import the async IO, which is actually this is a Python library, and async here is something which is built in Python. So these are two similar things, and the idea is that we want to let's say do at the kitchen or simulate cooking something in the kitchen, and we want to start frying eggs, toasting bread, and boiling water at the same time. This boiling water takes 1 second, toasting bread takes 2 seconds, and frying eggs takes three. So basically, if we would have had some very normal in a cascade method, if we run them into main without gathering this, of course, we would expect frying eggs to be executed or run the first place, then toasting bread, and then boiling water. Let's see what happens now. So we started frying eggs, as said, then toasting bread, then starting boiling water. Now we can see that water boiled, which means that this was finished at the first place. Then after 2 seconds or 3 seconds, we have had our bread ready, and then after 3 seconds, our eggs were ready, which basically explains the idea. So you can imagine that we have started these three methods or coroutines simultaneously, and since frying eggs took longer than boiling water, we got the water boiled at the first place, then, and so on. So this is the idea behind async IO. Hopefully the concept is clear. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon so that you don't miss any next tutorial, and hit the thumb up button to make the video appear to many of your colleagues and people like me and you who are interested in tech. So if you have any question, please write in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer your questions and help you dealing with any challenge. So this is it from my take I've learned today, and stay safe and stay curious until the next time.